I'm up by, I don't know, probably 12 now.
He's got some players. Breeze still plays. He's got Garcon. Kenny Britt with a big goose egg. Ouch. Oh, hamstring injury in the first quarter.
Been playing fantasy sports approximately 5 or 6 years now.
I've been playing fantasy football for about 3 years.
Fantasy football since I was probably 12. My brother introduced me, and I used to be pretty terrible, but I think I know the game pretty well now.
I think fantasy sports is just another way to sort of associate yourself with the sport and the team.
Keeps all the games interesting, even the blowouts. You can be rooting for your players. Games we don't normally care about, you watch. Also like to be competitive.
You really need to watch all the games, interact, or at least follow one of the channels like the Red Zone channel, or monitor the progress online to really stay up on what's going on, because you can really get lost in a week if you're not following it.
I definitely follow a lot more teams, a lot more guys. I know a lot more about all the teams now. And I'm not only watching the Patriots win on Sunday, I'm watching my team win. Yeah.
I really only play the free leagues on ESPN, YahooSports.com.
Typically in the past in high school, I've had up to 4 fantasy football teams going, and you really have to put in some fair amount of commitment if you're in a pretty highly competitive league in terms of research, and gets a little lame, but you can spend a while online.
Currently I'm in 4. I'm in 3 draft-based, 2 Yahoo, 1 NFL.com, and 1 salary cap on rotohog.com. And I used to play on Small World. That was free. That was real nice. But then that got shut down, and then they sold that to CBS Sports. Played CBS Sports for a bit, and then they kind of shut it down and started charging like $40-50 for a team. I was like, yeah, that's not me, Yeah. So Rotohog had a pretty similar format, $20 a team, good to go.
ESPN.com/round1. Round 5.
Oh yeah, all day long. That's right.
Round 15.
Let's go. Mason Crosby.
ESPN Fantasy Football. Play for free at ESPN.com.
Severino, Matthew Berry, Fantasy Focus Football presented by Miller Lite. Vic doing it with his arms and doing it with his legs on Monday. Arian Foster's been doing it with his legs all season long, the #1 player in fantasy. You don't want to say that these guys had low expectations, but whatever those expectations were, these two guys have exceeded them.
Check this out. Ready? Go! That's why you picked me. Your move.
It's Matt Freeman, the Oracle.
Who's the Oracle?
He's a fantasy football genius, okay? He's no wife, no job, just pure football knowledge.
He just licked the hot dog.
The Jets are definitely more important to me. I actually have about 4 or 5 New York Jets players on my fantasy team, just to keep it nice and consistent in my rooting.
Definitely outside of fantasy sports, I will root for a specific team much more than I care about my fantasy team. For instance, I'm from Boston, and I care about most of the Boston professional sports teams much more than my own fantasy teams.
Definitely the Patriots winning 1, but if the Patriots are game's kind of dull, yeah, I'm still going to be watching them, but maybe I'll switch the channel. I'm trying to see some highlights as well, and my team is pretty exciting usually as well. I got 4 of them, so I'm trying to keep it.
I'm going to root for my team first. If it gets to a blowout, then I'll start rooting for the player.
Well, I don't think I own one Jet on all 4 of my teams.
I actually have a huge bias against drafting players from rival teams that I do not like. I will not draft a Jets player. And I refuse to draft a Colts player.
As I said, I'm a Jets fan, and in 2 leagues I have 1 AFC East player other than Jets on each team, and they're not really major players. They're usually on my bench. I generally stick away from Tom Brady, players like that.
Not necessarily because I wouldn't draft them, but I try to downgrade them a little bit more. So only if I have to draft them, usually I look for a little bit of an alternative. I love the competitive nature of it. I love football. There's nothing better than on Sunday. I sit down. At home I got Sunday Ticket. Every game I got the laptop set up. NFL.com, obviously, all 4 of my teams with live stats just right there. Order some wings, maybe some sort of chicken parm sub, and that's my Sunday. It's just always been my Sunday.
If I have a fantasy player who is playing my own team, for instance, say if a player on the Vikings is playing against the Patriots that week, I will hope for them to have 110 yards rushing with 0 touchdowns, and the Patriots win normally. I definitely won't root for that player or the other team to beat my team.
I would never root for a player, hurt my team. Actually, don't even have any Patriots on my team for that specific reason.
Let's just hope for, like a 49-42 game. Patriots pulling it out, and my guys got all 6 touchdowns on the other team.